Buba Galadima just dropped a bombshell that's shaking Nigeria. He claims former military leader Sani Abacha didn't steal a single kobo and even calls him the best president Nigeria ever had. Is this a bold truth or a shocking rewrite of history? In this video, we break down Galadima's explosive statement, analyze Abacha's legacy, and ask, could this really be true? Don't miss this interesting interview.
Do you have regrets of being part of the Abacha administration?
I had severally answered this question. For me, Abacha was the best president that Nigeria ever had, because he held this country like this. And Abacha, I will tell you, this secretariat, your federal secretariat, who built it? National Assembly. Who built it? Who completed the villa?
So he did well with infrastructure projects.
Infrastructure. Throughout Abacha's 4 years plus, the dollar was at 84 naira. How much was fuel? It never changed. You can plan for your business. Who among all these leaders can beat his chest to say he kept the dollar at a certain amount of money without changing for 6 months?
But at that point in time, the dollar should have gone down with our oil sales. So keeping it the same is only an achievement because of what has come afterwards.
Do you know that he was under sanction?
Yeah.
Do you know that the oil was being sold for $15 under Abacha? You forgot?
I didn't forget he was under sanction.
Maybe you are too young to know. Yes, and he was under sanction. Nobody is taking our oil.
They were still taking the oil.
No, maybe stealing. You can't attempt to steal during Abacha. There was sanity in the country. Can they take away? Can they take your handbag on the street during Abacha?
Yes.
Abacha?
Yes.
Well, you didn't know, please. You said you are 30.
Yes.
When did Abacha? When did he become a president?
93.
Eh?
93.
From 93 to date, how many years?
30.
30 what?
30 exactly.
Huh?
30 exactly.
30.
Exactly.
Which means you are just born, and you are just born. You knew what was happening.
No,
Thank you.
Okay, let me ask you like a specific question. Franco Menka, the torturer's dungeon who you were in, he came up under Al Mustafa. That's part of the Abacha regime.
Yes.
So the people who were empowered later became your torturers.
Let me tell you something. You may not understand.
Okay.
You see, it's your intention that drives what you do. Abacha had a vision for this country, integrate this country, formed a constitution where nobody wanted to promulgate a constitution where no section will feel oppressed, suppressed. That was Abacha. This is why he adopted a modified French system, that you have a head of government, you have a prime minister, such that at every point in time, when the president comes from the north, for example, the prime minister comes from the south, the prime minister manages the government by law, and the president only manages the currency, the defense, and the economy. That's power sharing. That was his thinking. I may not disagree. I may not agree with him, but he has his vision. Which of the presidents has any vision? Now I ask you, tell me.
I don't want to do comparatives.
You can't compare because you didn't know Abacha's regime. You are told.
No, I studied it. Like I studied.
You studied it from the point of view of his enemies.
Not just of his enemies. I think.
Did you study it from my point of view?
Huh?
Did you study it from my point of view?
I also studied it from the point of view.
Did you study it from my point of view that support him?
No. But you are an Abacha appointee. Yes. You were DG.
The Sardona of Sokoto said something.
Okay.
Before you were born.
Okay.
When he established the new Nigerian newspaper and the radio television Kaduna, he said he has to establish his own trumpet so that they blow it, he blows his own. Because the other people are too busy blowing their own, such that they will have no time to say what he's doing. So, for you to now get anything about Abacha, you have to go to Abacha people who believe in him. Or, in the alternative, bring those who are writing against Abacha and bring me and pair us on a television debate. And let them say what they had done better than Abacha. And I will tell them why Abacha is better than each and every one of them. The mere fact that he stepped on toes does not mean that he was a bad man.
I think, like, human rights abuses is not the same as stepping on toes.
But Abacha, did Abacha tell you that he was voted in by you?
Huh?
Did he tell you that he was voted by you?
What do you mean?
Voted into power by you?
No.
Who voted him?
He took power.
By?
Force. And maintained it.
Barrel of the gun?
Yes.
So he never pretended that he was a Democrat. These people who are pretending to be Democrats are worse than Abacha. Abacha didn't take anybody's election.
But he did take lives and liberty.
Of who? Tell me now. No accusation, tell me.
Okay, we can talk about the ones that were...
No. Now we are getting closer to the facts.
Okay.
Whose life?
Oputa panel. Attempts on Alex Ibru, Pa Abraham Adesoya, Kuriat Abiola, liberty of even someone like Bayo Oshinawa, who's not well known, but spoke at the panel.
He was accused, or it was confirmed that he did it?
Well, it was an accusation because he lost his life.
So you have no point now, since it's an accusation.
Okay.
You must have tried him even in absentia to establish that. Because these are his enemies. That's why I'm telling you that you had from the other side of the coin. You didn't ask the other side.
I'm asking the other side now.
So I'm telling you the other side that is no.
Okay.
If they have any evidence, we need it. Abacha can be tried posthumously.
And how about the Abacha loots?
You know, I had spoken about this severally. Abacha didn't loot any penny. Maybe you are too young to understand.
He was storing the money.
Huh?
He was storing the money abroad.
See. Why don't we go full hog to probe all governments, including Abacha's own? Those who call Abacha thief, they are worse thieves.
I don't mind.
And let me tell you why Abacha. You know, I was a member of that government. Not sitting in government as minister, but I was part of that government.
Yes.
And I knew how much I left in the coffers of the NMA, which was wiped out in 2 months. Stolen. I'm not calling names.
Okay.
Wiped out in 2 months. And I want to ask you, do you know what is sanction? What is it? What do you understand by sanction?
I understand that because Nigeria was not a democracy, the West and international community put sanctions on Nigeria, trading with Nigeria, doing business with Nigeria, buying Nigerian oil, or even in terms of sending donations to Nigeria. So sanction essentially means that there's a reduction in inflow of money into Nigeria, right?
It's okay. You don't even understand what it is. Let me tell you what it is.
Okay.
Sanction is stopping people from getting what they need for their daily life. That is what the Tinubu government had done against Niger. You didn't know that that is only on paper. As I speak to you, I know some people that are Nigerians who are carrying food and everything to Niger. He can't stop it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. You mean that towns that are divided by just a street, the other side of Nigeria cannot eat food or cannot sell commodities? They will pass it to their brothers or in-laws across the other side. So we are just fooling ourselves. Let me explain to you the so-called Abacha loot.
Okay.
Abacha was appropriately advised by Saddam Hussein because he was a veteran of sanctions by the West. Plus Gaddafi. They told him that whatever you will do, since they are putting sanctions on you, establish dummy companies across the world, not linked to you, and gather as much money as you can that can last your country's import for at least 6 months. And those are the monies that were deposited into certain accounts. Every country of the world, including the US, does it. If they want to do a clandestine activity in Nigeria, they don't bring money through the bank. They have some established contacts that can give money here and take there. That is what had happened. And that time, they could not trace those funds that Nigeria was using to survive and to maintain our currency at 84 naira per dollar. And people, because they hate Abacha, they say Abacha loot. Let anybody come and debate with me. And those countries did not like Abacha because they stood against him. That is why they are fighting the Nigerian military.
So, for example, like the money that was kept in Liechtenstein and Luxembourg, 350
was it
million,
in Abacha's name?
250 million.
Was it in Abacha's name?
I mean, Mohammed Abacha
No,
fought for...
nothing in Mohammed Abacha's name. No account was traced to Abacha's family.
Mohammed, he put the account
Never. Never.
He petitioned the court for them to not release the money, claiming ownership to the funds.
Never. Do you know Bagudu?
I do know Bagudu, yes.
You know him, huh?
Yes.
When you finish interviewing me, go and interview him. He will tell you better.
You have
He's
his
your
number.
minister.
Yeah.
He's an Abacha man.
Yes.
Can he deny Abacha?
No, he can't.
So so he's so good that you make him Minister of Budget and Planning. Thank you.
No, I didn't agree. I didn't agree that I was.
Did you write a petition to the Senate not to confirm him?
Huh?
Because he was an Abacha man.
Did I write
to the Senate not to confirm him?
They weren't asking them any questions. I didn't think there was a point.
So you agreed?
No. Okay, I see what you're saying. I actually agree with you, yes. If I'm not active, then I am, passive agreement.